Yes, sir. What's going on, family? It's your man, Mr. Law of Attraction, back for another video, and welcome to the Science of Getting Rich Masterclass. I was actually just at a car rally this past weekend, and I was thinking to myself, how can I get my clients and customers and YouTube channel more involved in my life? How can I help them get more results? And one of the biggest things I'm noticing with you guys is you need more implementation. So here's what we're doing. We're doing a series on the science of getting rich, and I'm bringing you into my study zone. So this is intentionally made to be more organic. As you guys see, I don't have my professional camera. You guys do need good audio, but I'm going to bring you to a study session with me, how I actually study every single day, what I learned studying with the famous Bob Proctor, how I'm able to repeatedly have six-figure months by really scaling my coaching businesses and just going to the next level and just living my dream life by manifesting it with the law of attraction. So I'm going to take you exactly in to do this. So what we're going to do is I'm actually bringing you into the program Science of Getting Rich by Bob Proctor. So he created this program a long time ago. And this is, as you can see here, this is over 200 pages. Yes, over 200 pages that we have here. And so with this, we're going to be going through this series. There's questions. You see there's infographics. There's reading. There is a lot to go in here. So obviously, this is the first video in the series, so I'm giving you kind of like a synopsis of what to expect here over the next coming weeks. I do assume this is going to take us a couple weeks to kind of get through it. With that being said, if you want to have access to this actual document, it will be inside the school community, which you can find inside of the link in the description below. That's already going to be included in there. And if not, just welcome to the channel. You can watch it here for free and watch these series over the next coming weeks. So without further ado, let's get into it. Science of Getting Rich. So how was this actually come about? So Science of Getting Rich was actually a book written by Wallace D. Wattles back in 1914, I believe. And so what Bob Proctor did is he went and recreated this program, and he added some elements. He took the Science of Getting Rich as a base, but then he took his 60 years of experience, threw it on there, and then a lot of the things that made things simple, like the stick figure, law of attraction. We're going to be covering over some laws, and there's going to be a lot of things we're going to be covering here in this masterclass over the next coming weeks. But this is just episode 1 of the series, and here's the goal: a lawful process for creating wealth. So who would want to watch this series here? Okay, the guy that's going to want to watch this masterclass series over the next coming weeks, he's the guy that wants to hit that 7-figure level. He wants to hit those $100,000 months. Okay. So you might be one of two people. One person, he's just getting started off. He's trying to find his first business. He wants to get to $10,000 a month, and he's looking for business models. He's looking to grow. He's looking to get developed. He might be struggling. He might only have less than $1,000 in his bank account. That's one type of person. If that sounds like you, then you're in the right place because you just watch it on YouTube. Now, for those of you already at the 6-figure level, you're already making more than 6 figures a year or in that level, $10 to $20, $30,000 a month, then this is also for you. And I actually work with you, kind of that type of customer. So you're also in the right place. And later on, I'll invite you to some other areas and membership groups where you can hang out with other 6-figure entrepreneurs. But with that being said, that's the kind of guys I love to work with, because you already know how to use your mind. You already know how to use everything inside this principle. All I'm going to do is help you organize it, help you implement it. You're going to take your business from $10,000 to $100,000 per month, because what we're doing right now inside of our coaching program, it's like a 60-70% testimonial rate. Everybody that's coming in is coming in having their highest income months within the 90-day period. So those are the two people that would want to watch this. I don't care what business, what industry you're in, because you're a solopreneur who understands that there's spiritual aspects of your business that you need to take into a part. You understand the business model, you understand how to do all these things, but now it's like, let's tap into the spiritual part. But with that being said, that's enough talking. Let's get straight into it, okay? So table of contents, what is it going to look like over the next coming weeks? So let's look at the chapters here. So number 1 is the basics, all right? Well, introduction to basics. And the first chapter is going to be the right to be rich. So what we're covering in today's episode is going to be the basics, okay? Then later on in the episodes, what I might do is I might try to do one episode per lesson. So if it looks like that, it looks like we're going to have 17 episodes, maybe a little bit more, maybe couldn't even push for 20 episodes in this masterclass series. And the reason I want to do this, other than just the regular videos where I just driving my cars or traveling or doing all that stuff, is sometimes some of you guys need a little bit more in-depth content, and you want to know how I study, how I'm able to earn multiple 7 figures doing this, so you can apply it to your life. So obviously I'll sprinkle in some of those other lifestyle videos as well, and it's a little bit easier for me to make these kind of videos other than like high production. I could just teach you how to study. So you guys can go ahead and read through this. I'm not going to go through all of it. You can kind of get the basis of what we're studying here. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the first part here, which is the basics. There's a couple quotes I want to go ahead and preface with this. And I was reading this earlier and I was really enjoying this, which is open your mind and learn. So here's from Eric Hoffer, who says, to learn, you need a certain degree of confidence, not too much, not too little. If you have too little confidence, you think you can't learn. If you have too much confidence, you will think that you don't have to learn. I really love that quote. And then we'll have this one from Wallace D. Wattles right here. A person's right to be rich. A person's right to life means the right to have the free and unrestricted use of all the things which may be necessary to his fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfolding. In other words, the right to be rich. So when we talk about the right to be rich, it's not just meaning getting a bunch of money. Like, how was I say? I just came from an event. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be changing my Instagram name soon, so you guys will be seeing that. So at the time, follow me on Instagram at Mr. Law of Attraction. With that being said, I was in a car event this last week, and I was around some guys who are very wealthy. I'm talking about more than $30 million net worths. Their families have millions. They come from money. And these guys are very interesting. They are rich in their bank account, but a lot of them had vices. Like some of them talking about, oh, I have my wife, and then they're out here with their girlfriend and working girls. And it was just it was a very interesting play. A guy can have a lot of wealth and be just an ass. He can be I don't want to say these words on Instagram, but you get what I'm saying, or YouTube, and not be a nice person. Okay. So rich means that rich in your bank account, rich in your relationships, rich in your soul, rich in your, in all areas of your life. Right. And we'll get into more in depth of what that means here in a little bit. So let's go into the basics. Understanding precedes change. So in order to change your life, okay, I'm going to put both of you guys that are my dream avatars inside of this category. Remember, I have two avatars. The guys that are just getting started off, have less than $1,000 in their bank account. Why do I attract those guys? Because that's how I started. Remember, I starting with the famous Bob Proctor, and I went from 0 to 100,000 a month in 45 days. So I attract a lot of guys that are broke, I guess you can say, right? Not broke in their mind, but broke in their bank account. That was me for a long time. And then because of that, I also work, and the guys who actually pay me and the guys that actually get results and who I like to work with are guys already at six figures. So I actually have to talk to them as well, because that's how I actually grow my business, right? So with that being said, let's talk about going to the next level, which is that $100,000 per month level. So in order to change and hit that $100,000 per month level, you have to understand some things. And so to gain understanding, I learned this from Bob Proctor. To gain understanding, you gain understanding through study. Understanding of what? Understanding of yourself. Understanding of your mind. Understanding of the laws of the universe. Understanding precedes change. So for you to understand, you have to study. And this is what we're doing here in this series. We're going to be studying together, learning over the next coming weeks, and you're going to be learning certain aspects about yourself, about your mind, and about how to hit that $100,000 per month level. So what's the goal here? All of us hit that first $100,000 month. So get out a piece of paper and pen. Let's get it going. So to bring order to the mind, to bring order and understanding to your mind, you must have an image to work with. Since your mind is the unseen part of your personality, you must engage your imagination to build this image. This can be accomplished with the stick figure. So I want you to go ahead and do this exercise with me, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes. Okay? Close your eyes. I want you to go and stand in front of your house, or stand in front of your apartment, or stand in front of your garage. Where's your car? Okay, I want you to stand in front of your car. Whatever car you have, your current car, okay? It could be a Toyota, Benz, whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and stand in front of your car. Now walk around to the driver's side. Hold out your left arm. Open the door. Now go ahead and grab a seat. Grab your left hand and close the door. Grab your right arm across your chest. Grab your seatbelt. Click it in. Perfect. Now, I want you to see what color is your interior? What color is your interior in your car? Okay. What color is your exterior? What color is the outside of the car? Okay. How many doors do you have? Is it a coupe? Is it a four-door? Okay. Then let me ask you this question. What does your mind look like? What does your mind look like? Now, for many of you, go ahead and join me back here, opening up your eyes. For many of you right now, it was very clear when I asked you what color is your car, the interior, the exterior, how many doors. It's very easy to visualize that, or most importantly, see an image of what that looks like. But when I asked you what does your mind look like, a blank stare. You may have thought your brain, but your brain is not your mind, because when you pass away, your body is still here. Your brain is still here. Albert Einstein's brain is in a jar in New Jersey right now, right? You are not your brain. Your brain is a part of an activity, but facilitates the activity. But your mind is an activity. It's the spiritual aspect of you. It's the thing that goes away when you pass away. And with that being said, you can't change something unless you have an image. So you can change the interior of your car because you have an image of it. You can change the image of the actual car itself. You can imagine the Ferrari. You can imagine the Lambo. You can imagine the mansion, the girlfriend, whatever it is that you want, because you have an image of it. So how can you go out there and change your mind if you don't have an image of it? So that's why we created the stick figure. Okay, it's a simple thing, and now I kind of like this kind of style of video as well, because like I have to like script the other videos as like hooks and intros, and this one I can just be real raw with you and study with you guys. As you notice, it's just like your older brother. You're having a seat with me right now, and we're having a study session, mastermind session right here. So I feel like it's a little bit more organic, I guess you could say, if we want to go with that. But with that being said, bringing order to your mind allows you to go ahead and get some change. So that's why we want to have the stick figure here. So let's continue here. The stick person, like all other ideas presented in the seminar, is extremely simple. Do not allow the apparent simplicity to deceive you, for the stick person concept can reveal to you a wonderful world of power, possibility, and promise. This seminar is built upon the premise that you have a power within you that is far superior to any condition or circumstances around you. With free will, your thoughts direct this power to whatever results you choose in this lifetime. So guys, we talked about it before on the devil's language, where you are the conscious creator of your life. And I know this for a fact because even in my darkest moments, when everything was going backwards, when the outside world was vibrating at such a high frequency, I was doing the work, I was doing the meditation, doing the visualizations, writing my scripts, studying, doing everything I was supposed to do, and nothing was working. It was in those moments I really doubted if I was really the conscious creator, because how can I be the conscious creator and seeing what I want and nothing was going my way? Because even though I was working with the laws, I guess you can say, there's certain steps and passes that begin to happen as you're on your journey. And this is what happened for everybody. And at the time, I didn't understand it. Now I do understand it. And so one of those things being is that when you're starting to manifest and you're starting to visualize and plant the things into your subconscious mind, what will start to happen is that sometimes the outside world will start to deteriorate. Things will go backwards. Deals will not go through. The content will not get the views, right? All these things will start to happen, and sometimes it's pushing you into a new direction, and it's different for each person how to apply that. The second thing that can happen is nothing could be happening, right? Nothing could be positive. Nothing could be backwards. It's just absolutely nothing is happening. And what's causing you is God's causing you to change and level up your character. And until you level up your character, nothing's going to shift for your life, right? Those are just two examples of some of the things that can be happening, even though you're doing the work. But at the time, I didn't understand it, even though I thought I wasn't the conscious creator. But I was a conscious creator. It was just certain things on the outside world that were coming into play. And so how to actually apply those to your specific business is why I have the coaching program, so I can understand your business, understand where you're at in the process, tell you exactly the next step you need to do. And that's why people are going out there and quantum leaping their income. Okay? So let's go ahead and continue with that. Although the difference in what you earned over the past 12 months and what you choose to earn over the next 12 months may be great, the change you will have to make in your personality could be small. Meaning, it could be a small thing such as changing how you see yourself. I'll give you an example, okay? So when I first started this Mr. Law of Attraction YouTube channel, I did it as an accident, meaning like I didn't mean to like build some massive YouTube channel. Like I was actually focused honestly on another YouTube channel, which is cars, which is why you see a lot of cars on my YouTube channel. I'll start my YouTube channel and on my Instagram. So I was making car videos. And then out of nowhere, I started the Mr. Law of Attraction channel just to repost. You know, I was in the process of already making new channels. I already have a channel with 6,000 subscribers on it. I've been for the last 14 years. I was like, okay, I'm already making new channels. Let me go ahead and throw up another one just for Law of Attraction, I guess you can say. And that channel actually took off and brought in $100,000 the first month in business. So I was like, okay, obviously God is trying to move me in this direction. So going from, okay, this is a side YouTube channel to I'm building this YouTube channel to 1 million YouTube subscribers and earning $1 million per month, that's a big shift in my self image, if that makes sense, how I see myself. So seeing this as, okay, Mr. Law of Attraction's a side channel as I build my car channel, and seeing it as this is the YouTube channel that's going to take me to 1 million per month and 1 million YouTube subscribers, that's two different people. That's two different self images. How I attack it in version A and how I attack it in version B are two different versions. And so this is what we say by your income can drastically change by concept of self, by taking your attention and shifting it into the self image that you want. So let's go ahead and break down the stick figure here. So we have part 1 up here at the top, part 2, which is going to be here at the bottom, and part 3 here, which is going to be, we're going to get to this more a little bit later. But we have 3 parts: top, bottom, and the parts right here at the bottom. So the above model of the mind was originated by the idea of the late great Thurman Fleet, okay, in San Antonio, Texas, 1938. So let's go ahead and let's break down these 2 parts. So part 1 here is going to be the conscious mind. Okay. I don't care if you've seen this before. You haven't seen it more than me. Okay. I guarantee if you're watching this right now, you have not seen this more than me. So the fact that if you want to like get all egotistical and say, oh, I've seen this before, DeAndre. Well, if you're making $100,000 per month or more, then great. Okay. You know how to play. But if you're not, then you need to put your ego to the side and start learning again. Because obviously you have the information, but you're not applying it. Okay. So let's continue here. This is the part of your mind that thinks and reasons. Your free will lies here. This is the part of the mind that will decide how much money you want to earn. Okay, so you will decide with this conscious mind how much you want to earn. Do you want to earn 100,000 per month, 1 million per month, 10,000 this month, whatever it is? Like, you get to decide. The conscious mind can accept or reject any idea. So you can accept what I'm saying and say it's true, or you can say whatever he's saying is BS. I don't believe it. That ability comes from your conscious mind. No person or circumstance can cause you to think about your thoughts or ideas you do not choose. Let me repeat that one more time. By the way, it's a little side note. Okay, there's going to be some sections here where we do a lot of reading, and I am working on my loud reading skills. I remember back in high school, I used to have this like self-conscious thing where reading out loud, you know, like when the teacher picked on you and you had to read, I would get so nervous and stuff. And I still notice myself doing some of that here. So we're going to break that terror barrier here. And so I'm going to try to like read some things, add some value to it, and show you how I study. This is literally how I study. This is not supposed to be some like high production YouTube video. I'm literally teaching you how I study and how I'm able to consistently build 7-figure businesses. And so you can see my mechanism, see my mindset. Because if I can take my paradigm, put it inside yours, you will also earn 100,000 per month as well, right? That's the idea behind it. So no person or circumstances can cause you to think about your thoughts or ideas you do not choose. The thoughts you choose, I'm going to highlight this. The thoughts you choose eventually determine the results in your life, right? We are the conscious creators of our life. Attention. And so all pain, pleasure, or limitation is either originated in the conscious mind or accepted uncritically from an outside source, which we talk about as the devil's language, which we'll get into later. As you accept the thought, it is impressed upon the subconscious mind, which is the part 2, and you become literally what you think about. You become what you think about. All great thinkers have disagreed on many, many factors. You can come from, right, like Islam and Muhammad right here in I'm in Dubai, or you can come from Christianity and Jesus. You can come from Buddha. You can come from Alexander the Great. You can come from, Socrates and Plato. Like, whatever you want to come from, all great thinkers of the world have agreed and disagreed on many things. But one thing, if you were to study all of these guys, one thing they all come into commonality with is that we become what we think about. Using your consciousness, using your mind to go out there and build the life that you want, that you will literally become whatever it is that you're thinking about. And so to take control of your thoughts and to move it in the direction in which you want. All right. So attached to this conscious mind here, we have these little antennae. Okay. It's like, think of it like a cell tower. Here's one piece of feedback that when you hit this, you actually stimulate the conscious mind. So for example, you see things, you see the money in the bank account, you see the contacts that you have, you see how much money you were able to raise, right? Whatever it is, based on what you see, it can cause thoughts inside your conscious mind. Also what you hear, you overhear some BS. Like I overheard some stuff while I was giving my speech this past weekend. I overheard some stuff and went into my conscious mind, and it affected some of my thoughts. All right, smell, taste, and touch, so on and so forth. So you get the idea. So you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. And these are external antennae that based on what's going on in the outside world, it gives you data into the conscious mind and helps you formulate your thoughts. Now, this is good. If Mr. Tiger wants to come and eat you, basing on what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, you're able to survive. But now Mr. Tiger is not in around you, and all you see is the bank account, but he still gives you the same amount of fear, and you start to see the lack and limitation, and you start to think lack and limitation, and you continue in that same process, okay? So we're going to want to shift that and gain understanding that Mr. Tiger is not trying to attack you anymore and not trying to keep you safe, but that same brain mechanism is trying to keep you safe, but is also keeping you poor. So we're going to have to get past them. This is what we're going to be learning over the next several weeks here. Then we have the subconscious mind. Okay, this part of you is certainly the most magnificent. It's the spiritual aspect of you. It is the power center. It functions in every cell of your body. Every thought your conscious mind chooses to accept this part. Every thought your conscious mind chooses to accept, this part must accept. It has no ability to reject. So whatever you impress upon the subconscious mind, it must be accepted. Now, I'll repeat this many times throughout this series, but the subconscious mind only understands two languages, which is images and emotions. Like when we just did the exercise, when I said, what are you visualizing with your car? That's the language of the subconscious mind. It understands images, but only if it has the emotions behind it. That's actually the true secret. That's like what pushes it through the door. So imagine like you open up a door and you have to walk through the door to get to the other side. So opening the door, in this example, is the image. You see the image of the car. You open the door, but you haven't walked through the door. To push yourself through the door, you need to have the feeling behind it. And that's what gets you to the other side. So you need the image plus the feeling. That was a weird example, but I think you get what I'm saying here, okay? So this part of your mind, this part of you operates in an orderly manner or by law. Okay? It's the spiritual aspect of you. It expresses itself through you in feelings and actions. Any part of you unconsciously chooses to impress, any thought you unconsciously choose to impress upon the subconscious mind over and over again becomes fixed in this part of your personality. So now to bring this in, you have to do repetition, and you're going to see me say the same things over and over again. That's why I said, unless you're making more than me, I would listen to me. Okay, if you're making more than $150,000 to $200,000 a month, then you can go ahead and don't listen to me. But even then, I would still sit here and like gather some information here and really take your business to the next level. Because guess what? There's levels to this shit. I was around guys that are doing $80 million deals, and I was like pond scum to these guys, you know? There's levels to this. Well, guess what? Some of them came up to me afterwards and said, DeAndre, this is how I made my millions. This is how I do it every single day. So I know what I'm talking about actually is truthful. And now I'm just building myself up to hit these kind of, income levels to really gain some more success and respect under my belt. But it takes work. That's what we're doing here. Okay. So repetition is the key. You have to take that image and feelings and do it repetitiously. And I'll teach you later on exactly how to do that. And so fixed ideas. Here we go. The fixed ideas will then continue to express themselves without any conscious assistance until they are replaced. Fixed ideas are more commonly referred to as habit. The subconscious mind is the godlike part of you referred to as spirit. It knows no limits save those you consciously choose. Okay, so that's going to be this bottom part here, which is part 2. All right, let's move on to the body now. Although this is the most obvious part of you, why? Because you can see it, the material medium, it is merely the instrument of the mind or the house you live in. Because like I said, when you pass away, your body stays here, but you go somewhere else. You're renting this house. We're spiritual creatures having a human experience. The thoughts or images that are constantly let me do this, highlight it for you. The thoughts or images that are consciously chosen and pressed upon the subconscious mind, which is in every cell of your body, must move into your body into action. The actions you are involved in determine your results. So here's the flow. Your number 1, your thoughts. Number 2, your feelings. Number 3, your actions. Number 4 is your results. Okay. So feelings are the result of the images you have passed into the subconscious mind, and whatever feeling you have will then move into a vibration, and that vibration controls your behavior, your actions, and then your results. And then what I would like to say is the law of attraction is out here. I don't know if you guys can see this little yellow thing. The law of attraction is a reaction to this right here. So law of attraction means that you attract what's on your frequency. This is what the frequency is: your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You put those all together, you emit that frequency. The law of attraction then comes back and reacts to that frequency, which then changes your results. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on how that actually works, okay? So you need to get all three of these parts of you, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your body working in harmony. So get the results. So Wallace D. Sweatle says this: getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. So that's going to lead us over to chapter 1, which is the right to be rich. So guys, let's go ahead and let's get locked in. If you're watching me for the first time, you're still watching, make sure you subscribe below. As you see, we're going to really get into some depth here. There's going to be some reading. There's going to be some images. I'm going to be explaining. This is literally how I study, how I'm able to build 7-figure businesses and go to the next level. So like I said, if you want to get this actual document and study with me on your own time, you're going to find that in the school group. Okay, it is a paid group, but there's so much more that goes in there. Make sure you watch the video that's in there. If you're a 6-figure earner, you want to get direct coaching with me so I could take your company to the next level, hit your highest income levels, go ahead and book a call with me. You'll find it in the description below. But there's so much more information to go through. I'm going to love this series. I'm actually enjoying this myself, and we're going to study together over the next couple of weeks, and we're going to go to the next level. So this is your man, Mr. Law of Attraction, out. I'll see you in the next video.